Hey everybody, it's Justin from J3 Creations, and today we're going to be doing socks two different ways. And we want to ensure that our socks are folded inside out. I've got some long socks, make sure they're cotton, and that's some soda ash water. But yeah, make sure that your socks are turned inside out and throw them in the soda ash, and you can soak them for about 20 minutes. From a scientific perspective, apparently the chemical reactions happen basically as soon as the soda ash hits the fabric, so you don't technically need to let it sit there for 20 minutes, but that's what a lot of people do. And you should probably also have gloves on, so yeah, just a warning about that. You want to use gloves and even a mask if you have one. A respirator mask is very helpful when you're using, industrial grade chemicals and dyes. So, yeah, just be smart about how you tie-dye. But anyway, these are basically soaked. I'll go rinse them out and then get them tied up. So I've got my socks flattened out as best I can. Some socks prefer to go this way, some socks go this way, just kind of the natural flow of things. I wouldn't try to, I guess you probably could make this sit out like this, but anyway, basically I'm going to accordion fold these up and like that on both of them, and then I'm going to accordion fold these up on both of them, and then we'll send you a design in there and see how it turns out after we dye it. So we'll start with these guys, I suppose. And just the regular accordion fold, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch folds, just going up the fabric, ensuring that you get even folds all the way up, because that's kind of what's important in this fold. So it's kind of like that. Could be a little more perfect at the end there, both ends I guess, but that will do for now. I'm gonna get elastic on there, maybe 2, just to hold things in place. Alright, then we'll get that over to the dye station once we get everything else folded. So here's the second one, and honestly you probably could, fold it in half and accordion fold it. You could accordion fold it this way instead of this way. So there's definitely some things you can do. Just kind of let your imagination run wild. They say your only limitation is your imagination. So I'll be interested to see what people do. And again, just slowly making sure that those accordion folds are intact. I probably make it look slightly easy. I've been doing it for a little while now, but some people have been doing it a lot longer, and some people a lot shorter. So just kind of work at your own pace. Just ensure that your folds stay intact. That's kind of really all that matters. Well, I'm sure other things matter, but anyway. Going to start with these guys, and I'm going to do kind of a diagonal and then go straight up. Again, just doing about 1/4 inch fold or so. That heel's a little tricky. You can go a little higher or a little shorter, kind of whatever works best for you there. It went a little high on mine. I'll show you. Yeah, that's the heel that kind of kicks out there. But essentially, it's pretty quick and easy to tie together a sock or two. Then we'll dye them, and we'll be walking on rainbows, as Mr. Tie-Dye says. So, last one here. Just a quick accordion fold, trying to ensure that heel stays in there. It's a little difficult, honestly. So I wouldn't hesitate to restart if you need to. This will probably be okay for the video today, but I actually think I want to sinew these guys, the thinner cotton ones, and I'm just gonna probably try and do like a zigzag shape, maybe see how many zigzags we can get on there. But first, we'll get the first line, get that sinew set in there. Just one wrap and pull, keep tension on the line. One wrap and pull. You can do it 5, maybe 10 times even if you need to. That'll really ensure you get a nice clean white line. Oh, there we go. So that one was kind of more straight than I had anticipated, but this one will be diagonal. We'll keep that tension on there and just wrap a good few times. Get that rubber band out of there. Make sure to pull it tight and lock that sinew in there. There's 2 wraps. Pull. Alright, then we're gonna zigzag the other way here. Just kind of let that sinew bite into the fabric. And again, keeping tension on the line and pulling it tight every 1 to 2 wraps. Sorry if I'm not on camera here, guys. I'm trying, I swear it. So this is the last one. I might be able to sneak in one final little zigzag, but we'll see. Also, I might have to do like a muck dye on these guys just because I'm wrapping it so tight. It'll be kind of difficult for the dye to penetrate the fabric. And so I found with mandalas and sinew that that muck dye works great. I've never tried it with socks, but there's a first time for everything, you know? So I'm going to leave a little tail so that it's easier to unwrap. And there you have a little zigzag design on a sock. And this is the top, this is the bottom, that's the heel. I might even try to throw an extra line of sinew on there just to see what happens. So yeah, then you can do the same with the other sock or any sock. I figured I'd do the lighter material versus the heavier sock. So just comparison in materials. This is the heavier wool, or not wool sock, but heavy cotton sock. This is the lighter, thinner, more athletic sock. I think you could sinew both if you wanted, but no pressure either way. So yeah, I'll leave a little tail on that as well. And I'll do that to the other sock, and then I'll get them to the dye station. Okay, so we're here at the dye station. I'm going to do a rainbow of color on this, and then an ice dye, and let it sit for about 24 hours in the muck. And with these guys, I'm just going to do a basic liquid dye. And so here we go. I'm just going to do a rainbow as well. Just because I honestly got the idea from Mr. Tie-Dye and Walking on Rainbows. And so that's where the inspiration comes from, if you're wondering. So dye placement, just be very slow and steady. It's been a while since I've used these dyes. It's best to mix up some fresh dye so that you don't deal with stuff coming out like that. That thick red stuff isn't ideal. But it is what it is, and it looks good enough. So, trying to make these match, and yeah, gotta make them look the same on both sides. So, starting with red, making sure we place our dye very carefully and slowly. You also don't want it to drip on the other one, so that's a fun little challenge too. So, there's red. I'm going to do orange next. I'm going to leave a little bit of space in between the orange and red just because after letting it sit for about 24 hours, the dye will run together. Just again, being slow and cautious does not hurt. A little more orange here. These are thicker garments, so we use a little bit more dye. And then yellow. I could be totally messing up these colors too. Like as far as the arrangement, it might be red, yellow, orange. I forget, but I think it's yellow and then green. So I'm going to add a little bit extra yellow because I'm going to be making it green. So yellow and blue make green. Yay. So then we'll do the same on this one. Again, try to leave a little bit of space. And then make some room for the green. So a little bit of blue with green, or blue with yellow makes green. So we're going to do the blue right next to the yellow and on the yellow to create that green, and then it'll go blue, which happens in a rainbow. So there you go. And we'll finish off with a little bit of dark blue, and man, I should be wearing gloves for this. Alright, and we'll finish off with dark blue. Gosh. Yeah, that's a dark blue. It says yellow. A little confusing. Like I said, it's been a while since I've messed with my dyes. I need to go in and change my labels and refresh my dye. But there you have it. You'll be walking on rainbows soon with these guys. And then next we're just going to, I might do a little time lapse or something. But yeah, pretty much just lay red, orange, yellow. Try to do green and then blue, light blue to dark blue. And I might try to throw some purple on there. I didn't quite have enough room on here to do the purple, but we'll see what we can do with the other ones. So it's been about 24 hours and I'm going to unravel these and unwrap these and just kind of show you guys what I got, and then I'll rinse it out and get some pictures of the final results. But here we go. So I did these guys in the muck, but I just find it's easier to unwrap the sinew when it's not like a wet mess. So just gonna do that real quick. And I'm hoping that sinew created some fun little designs in here. So there's that one, that's pretty neat. Not as clear of lines as I would have hoped as far as the sinew goes, but I think the color turned out great. It's a little washed out, and that can happen sometimes with muck dye. Sometimes you get real vibrant colors, so I think it depends on how much dye you use, what dye you use, and I'm sure there's other variables that I'm not even thinking of. So here's the second one, which is also pretty awesome. So these ones I'm pretty excited about. Oh man, that's fun. That's kind of how it is on the side. But yeah, that's a fun little one. Getting kind of dye all over the hands. But that's okay, we're gonna wash these things out in a minute anyway. So yeah, that's fun. So there's socks 2 different ways. Well, the socks are officially done. I could kind of tell when I was rinsing these out that the dye wasn't sticking like that. These socks were gifted to me by my mom, so I didn't really check the cotton on them. I thought they were cotton, and they must be some sort of cotton to take a little bit of dye, but I think they were something that didn't take dye very well. And these, honestly, they washed out great, but after the final, rinse out in the washer, you can barely even see the yellow in there. And I don't know, I just thought it would have turned out a little better. I do like them, but make sure that you double check that your socks are cotton, or else you might end up like this. But anyway, thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe because we'll be doing a lot more tie-dye in the near future. Thanks for watching, and God bless.